What up, guys? I just wanted to go over a few things. As you can see from the title, this video is about Jake Paul being a boxer. Now, a lot of people have a lot of hatred towards Jake Paul, and I get why. I can understand that. Jake Paul as a person, not so good. But this is me defending Jake Paul as a boxer. Now, I think, personally, that Jake Paul. Well, okay, let me start with this. I think anybody who wants to get into boxing should be able to. It doesn't really matter what you did before boxing because it's not. Fighting is not about who you were or what job you have and this and that. Fighting is about just a passion. If you want to fight and it's something you really want to do, then it should be something you're able to do. Now, Jake Paul as a boxer, I mean, let's see, he's 3-0, and everybody's always on him about the same stuff. Like, oh man, he's never fought no one real. Guys, he's 3-0. 3-0. It's you. What boxer have you ever heard of that has started boxing and their first 3 fights is against like people like Mayweather or freaking Tyson Fury or something? Like, who have you ever heard starts their career and their first 3 matches are against like the biggest names in the world? Honestly, Jake Paul's opponents are probably bigger than most people's first 3 fights to begin with. Now, of course, he's going fast and he's going, really, making a statement with his boxing skills. So I can understand why people are on his nerves. So I think that's why most of the judgment's actually coming from his personality and his talking, his big talk. So I think that's what it is more than his actual record. Because if you have to really think about it like this. First, not even counting the amateur fights. First, he thinks like, okay, well, this guy called me out or whatever. Or what was it? Yeah, he called me out. Was that YouTuber that he fought at the beginning. That's his first fight. Knocks the guy out. Okay, that's a win. Second guy, a little bit better. Someone who claimed they knew how to box and they did some boxing training. And someone who knows their endurance and their training and actually is some sort of athlete in the NBA. So, right there, that's a little bit of a step up. Bam, knocks him out. Out cold. Nate Robinson, done. Then, goes up another step, and yeah, Ben Askren isn't known for the best, throwing hands or anything like that. But, still, he is now he was a UFC fighter. He was a 1 champion. The guy is an athlete. He knows how. He's taken punches from some of the best fighters you can think of, and Jake Paul beats him. Now, the way he won, okay, yeah, it was kind of sucky that it happened that way, so I don't know what would have happened. But if you think about it, at the end of the day, he still got knocked down from that punch, and that was in the first round, towards the beginning of the fight. So, what's to say that that punch wouldn't happen again and he would have been on the floor again, More than likely, just, you can tell he was going to be out soon anyway. So, at the end of the day, I think Jake is actually a really good boxer, and more than likely he'll be fighting Tyron Woodley, which a lot of people aren't happy about neither, which I'm confused because, like, 90% of the UFC fighters wanted Tyron Woodley to be the one to fight Jake Paul to actually prove that Jake Paul is good. Now, this is coming from UFC fighters, like actual like champions and stuff. So at the end of the day, I think how are you going to say that Tyron Woodley's not a good competition? That is another step up. Now it's a former UFC champion who actually is known for his boxing skills, and everybody can say, "Oh, he was on a 4-fight lose streak in UFC." But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, but those were against high top guy competitor in the UFC. One of them being Kamaru Usman and, Gilbert Burns and stuff like Vincent Luque or whatever. Top guys that he lost to. Colby Covington was the other one. So those are 4 top guys, and it's like his last fight, he actually almost won and got the knockout, only, he slipped up. So, I don't know. If you say Tyron Woodley's not really a good opponent, I think for his 4th fight and for this step up, Tyron Woodley would be an amazing competition for Jake Paul. And if Jake Paul easily beats Tyron Woodley, then I think there needs to be some kind of talk where maybe Jake is a little bit better than what people think. That's just my opinion. I'm obviously not like a boxer, but I figured I'd say something. I like Jake Paul. of course, he's annoying. Everyone knows that. He's an idiot at times. Everyone knows that. But he's really smart. I mean, everything he does, gets his publicity, and people hate him, but yet still talk about him, which gets him his money. So he's very clever. He's very smart. He knows what he's doing. He's all about business, but he's also a decent boxer, and I think that needs to be acknowledged. And I don't know. I think if he keeps taking these steps up, he could be really great. No one starts their boxing career and fights the best, but he's going at a pretty fast pace compared to other people. So everybody keeps rushing him, but he's actually going a lot faster than most boxers. He's already beaten, people who are known in the sports world. So we'll see. If he beats Tyron Woodley, I think that needs to be a conversation about whether Jake is actually better than what people think. He talks trash, and I think it's an idiot thing to do. Very childish with, like stealing Mayweather's hat and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like you can't blame him because those stunts is what makes his paychecks. So I hope I don't get too much hate for this, but oh well, whatever. I like Jake Paul as a boxer. I've never watched his YouTube very much. I think I've watched not before he was doing this boxing stuff. So yeah, I haven't watched a lot of his videos. I have not watched his Disney stuff. I know he was on a Disney thing. I don't know. I don't know really anything about Jake. I don't really care for Logan. But at the end of the day, I think Jake's just a good fighter. So use that with what you need, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.